So headed out to the gym, everybody. I know that I haven't kept in touch with everybody, and today I'm gonna be talking about my cuñado, mi cuñado, el kike. So por favor, everybody, stay tuned, stay focused, and life gives us struggles and gives us mysterious ways of thinking, but we still remember those who were and those who are in our family. So gracias, everybody. Stay tuned. This is it. Main story. Today I'm going to talk about kike geeks. I know that when we met, our relationship, we didn't expect it to grow or to exceed expectations. I just want everybody to know that I had to beat the shit out of his brother and fucked up Gabi. We ended it off correctly. He thought he was tough. You know what I mean? He thought he was the shit. But in reality, him and my sister had something going on, you know? And I don't think I should put it in there. Today I want to talk about kike geeks. We didn't think we were going to live long. Our life expectations was real short. Me and Sal had just got in a fight because of Rachel. I had put a gun, a 45, on Gabi and his brother Alex, and we didn't think that we're gonna like be the way we were. So he approached me and he told me that he wanted to be with my sister Rachel, and I was like, what? You know, she's already like with somebody. She just had a baby, toda la cosa. And he goes, hey, you know what? I love her, and I really wanna try the best I can, you know. Me and Boo Boo. Me and my brother-in-law, Kike, we kind of hit it off in the wrong direction. He put his hands up on me like what's up, you know, I'm not scared of you. But he knew I just fucked up his brother. Fucked up Gabi and fucked up half of his acquaintance, and he told me that he was in love with my sister, and he'll do anything in his hand, anything in his power to subsidize our acquaintance. And nothing in the past could ever get involved or get in the way. We're gonna be cuñados. That was the first time I ever heard the name cuñados. I never had no other cuñado. It's a shame. I had Luis, Mendoza, but I punked him and I took him to Daikon, and we started, but he's religious. And me and Kike weren't religious, and me and Kike, we doubt the life, whatever it throws at us. And after we got our conversation the way we thought, he told me one thing, that he loved my sister, and my sister told me that she loved him. And me and my best friend Boo Boo, back in the days, you know, We used to club, we used to gangbang, we used to fucking do what we had to do in life, you know? Everybody has to have a best friend, and my best friend was Boo. He wasn't my best friend because I don't know him all my life. He was my best friend because he was always there for me. Me and him used to technically share a bed or share a hyena, you know? And we went through a lot of struggles, you know? But coming back to el OG kike, you know? He told me, él me dijo así, que quería a mi hermana y quería algo serio con ella y quería tener una familia y él estaba dispuesto a arriesgar todo lo que tenía que arriesgar. He ended up having 2 kids with my daughter, Andrea and Jonas. And if Andrea and Jonas are hearing this conversation, he lived up to expectations. He caused a lot of harm and a lot of problems. And to this day, I still miss him with all my heart. And the story starts back, we're like 14, 15 years old, right? 16, around there, 17 the max. And I don't know how I really met him, because he was a Metallica guy, he was down, fucking, I was getting stuff with the jam, he thought I was like, so, Rachel told me that they wanted to get an apartment together right there off on Lakewood, on those apartments, right off the exit on Telegraph. Well, you get off on Lakewood, and it's the first street, but if you go Telegraph, you're too far where that dealership's at. I forgot the name of the apartments. And I remember the day Rachel needed someone to back her up. And I have money and everything. So my whole signing was spectacular, you know? So I went up to Rachel and I told her, all right. So we went and we, keep this in mind, she had lived in Hope. And me and my sister were like united against the world, you know what I mean? And she told me that she loved him and she wanted to be part of his life. And I didn't approve of it in the beginning, but I gradually told her, hey, if that's what you want, if that's what you love, I'll approve it. And the first person that we went to go talk to was my grandpa. So my grandpa knew exactly what was going on. Then we went to my grandma, Bertha, Sandra, and so on with everybody else in the family. And we didn't give a fuck. We didn't care about no one. We just wanted my sister to be happy. And she was for a minute. And right away they got pregnant and had Andrea. Keep this in mind, Kike is Sal's brother, and Sal is Brian's dad. And in our family, no one had really done that before. So it was old school with the new school, and we had to step up. You know what I mean? We're not gonna let my sister not have love and not have an opportunity to be happy in life, you know? So we accepted her. We had a family gathering, and we got everybody involved, and I told her that if she really loved them, she had to step up and give like life. Aquí tenemos el paisano, aquí entrando. Estoy contando la historia de mi cuñado, ya se me murió.
¿Oh, sí?
Y estoy haciendo una biografía de mí, pero tengo que incluirlo a él, you know?
That's cool.
Yeah. You speak English?
Yeah.
Alright then, cool. I don't have to. Yeah, but it's good. It doesn't have a lot of fluoride. So, going back to my little cuñado story, he didn't have no reason to be ashamed or anything. So I took him around the family, and when I told him, hey, you know what, if anybody got a problem against him, step up to the plate and fuck him up or tell him whatever he has to know. And everybody was kind of hurt when my sister was with him. And he never disappointed us until later on in the future, right? And so me and him used to go to in El Monte, we used to go to what was that club's name? Project Gardens in Hollywood or in Monte, and we used to go to like all these underground parties and everything. But he stepped up to the plate every time we got on a pedo. He was always trying to get involved and trying to be there for us, but thank God he never did, you know. We got in a couple fights. Every time we told him, hey, you know what, run that way because we're gonna fight on that way. He always wanted to be part of the crew, but he was just never down in us, you know. We used to go to Santa Monica, where the pier was at, and we used to go like jump off the pier, and the lifeguards, the policemen, everybody will tell us, if you guys drown, we're not gonna go in the middle of the night, go save you guys. So you guys, when you guys jump, make sure you guys know what you're doing. And if I don't see you guys ever again, dispensa, you know, it's like, that's what we had to live. We used to get on top of there was like a substation in the pier at the end, and it was like one floor up, and the roof would give us exactly the good jump to the pier, and we'll jump at the deepest part you could ever imagine, in the middle of nowhere in the ocean. Sometimes when we jump, we felt the sharks or animals, or you know, we'll feel the pier, the woods and everything hitting us on our head. Sometimes we'll breathe from our mouth and everything, but we'll make it out. And he tried it one time, and he never did it again. We did it like 4 or 5 times. I wouldn't do that anymore. I'm not young no more, first of all. Second of all, we were crazy back then. Back then, the cops, the security, and everybody, it's not that they'll stop you, they'll just tell you the truth. You're gonna get hurt, you're gonna probably drown, you're probably gonna die, you're probably gonna come in the news. But we didn't care. Same thing as fights. We used to fight with knives, chains, and putazos, like with the hands, you know? And I remember the first time I gangbanged, and I told my cuñado goes, hey, kike goes, take me with you next time. And I did take him. He cried, he shit on his pants, but we got pulled over by a cop right there in Whittier. And they told him, you're gonna get deported, and you're gonna go to jail for a long time if you lie to us. And I remember the cop told him, I'm gonna put a line, and for every fucking line, I'm gonna put the line closer to my dog. It was a canine right there in the Tommy's in Whittier. And back then, aka Brooklyn Boulevard, and they were really constructing the Home Depot and all those town shopping centers, whatever. And the cop told Kike and told him, hey, you know what? I think you're full of shit, you're a liar, you're a paisa, and you're gonna get deported. So you fucking lied to me, I'm gonna fucking fuck you up, and then I'm gonna deport you. And I remember the cop told me, hey, you know what? If you fucking lie, I'm gonna arrest all you, I'm gonna fucking impound your car and everything. And me, Boo Boo, and Batman and all, we all looked up to him and we told him, hey, you know what? Whatever you do, don't fucking back down. So the cop told him, hey, you know what? I'm gonna give you a 10-second head start. And then I'm gonna release my canine. And if you win my canine to the line that he set, I'll forgive you guys and you guys can keep cruising. And if you don't, I'm not fucking gonna bite your ass, you know? So, back in the day, we had the gang task force, gang unit. We had real cops. We had jefes that used to spank us, you know? Not like now, that they fucking cry if they look at you wrong, or fucking they call you the wrong fucking pronoun, you know? They call you a man, you're a woman, you're a man. Give a fuck back then. Back then they say, you're right. And it was a vacant lot. So kike got a 10-second head start. Motherfucker used to play soccer. Cops didn't know that. They thought we were just paisas, you know? He fucking ran. He fucking made it like half, under 5 seconds, you know? He's like, that's how fucking fast he ran. Keep this in mind, I was 16, he's 17. So back then we could run. Not now. You get us now, but we wouldn't even make it to the first base. So he fucking made it halfway and then they let the dog out and me and Boo Boo and we're all like, hey, you said 10 seconds, that's 5 seconds. They go, look at him fucking run, he's like a rabbit. And he fucking outran the dog. He made it to where he had to. And the dog still bit him, still fucking got him down, and he was crying and screaming and get the dog off, I want him. The cop let him like 30 seconds, then he got jumped in. He got jumped into the crew. After like 30 seconds, the policeman and all of us, we finally made it to where the ending of the run was, and the cop, there was a sheriff next to the sheriff station in Pico, and told them, hey, back down. So the dog backed down. It was a fucking badass canine, man. I don't think we're ever gonna see another canine like that. And he got bit, and we got fucking beat up by the cops that day too. We got fucking the batons, and we got our ass handed down. Kike got his ass beat up by the dog and us and the cop. And we knew he was down for that day on. We knew no matter what, we could count on him. So we let him into our crew, you know, into our circle of friends, you know. And so coming back to my, I just had an awesome time telling everybody the story. So we got pulled over by the cop and we had hyenas on the car y toda la cosa. And I told them, hey, you know what? You fucking don't live up to expectation, we're gonna fuck you up. You know what I mean? And sure enough, we got pulled over by the cop. Back then, they used to give you a $50 ticket. And they pulled us over, and me, Boo Boo, and Bam Bam, and Kike. And they pulled us over, and they told us that they were gonna impound my car, and they were gonna beat the shit out of us and everything. And I told them, I go, hey, why don't you put him to the test? And if he passes the test, you let us slide. It was all right. So he put a fucking line about 5 feet, right? And he told us, hey, you know what? It's gonna be 100 feet run. And when we count to 10, I'll let go of my canine. It was a big ass canine. And I told him, yeah. My cuñado used to play soccer, and he was young. He was young and healthy, and I told him, yeah. So the cop didn't even see when he started running. And the cop goes, 1, 2, 3, let the dog out. And Kike made it halfway, and he fucking made it. He made it 100 feet where we had our line, yelled, screamed, ringing on the right there in front of Tommy's, in front of where we used to cruise at the Boulevard, and in front of where the Home Depot and all that right now. And he fucking made it. He was expecting us that the dog, once he made it to the line, the dog was gonna stop. Well, the dog fucking bit him. Fucking, he was crying, screaming. And the cop had told him that if he hits the dog, it's like hitting a fucking police officer. So you couldn't hit the dog or anything, because then he'll get arrested and get deported. So he fucking made it. The dog fucking started biting him and everything. And me, Boo Boo, and Bam Bam were laughing. And the cop was like, hey, you know what? Should I stop the dog? Or we told him, no, fuck that. Give him another 10 seconds. So the dog continued biting him for another 10 seconds. Then at the end, he lined us up. And he told us, even though I forgave you guys, whatever, I'm still gonna get you guys a beating. So he fucking got his baton out and toda la cosa, and he fucking started fucking us up. And back then is when the 3 strikes, when the fucking gang task force, Mr. Lopez and all that, you know what I mean, was like the main thing, you know? So we got our ass beat up and todo. And he told us if he beats the dog and you guys don't fucking rat us out or not, we'll let you guys continue fucking cruising. Sure enough, we got some hyenas there. We had some hyenas and we fucking cruised. We had a fucking awesome time. And at the end, we ended up stopping at Rachel's house, well, her new apartment house, her and Kike. And me, Boo Boo, we got some hyenas, and Bam Bam, we got some hyenas, and we took them there, and we partied with Rachel, Kike, and everybody. And she had a little patio in the back, and we were just training the girls, you know. And if you know what training means, right? And we had a good time. We used to go party at Florentine Garden in Monte. We had Chino and all them back then. They used to be singers, and we went to Florentine Gardens and we got in a fight there. We went to Florentine Gardens, we got in a fight there. And like I said, we went to the pier, Santa Monica Pier, and there was a substation at the end of the pier where the police and the security guards were there. And we got on the second, like on top of the roof, and we jumped into our fucking into the ocean. And they used to tell us, hey, you know what, we're not gonna go in there and save you, and if you didn't know how to swim, you'll probably practically drown there. But we're here now, we made it. We used to be down and crazy back in our days, you know. Well, coming back to Kike the Geeks, he ended up getting Rachel pregnant. And Andrea, if you're hearing this, you were born in an apartment right there off on Lakewood. And me and Kike, we used to always be hanging out together. We used to always kick it. And he used to be a gangster like us. Your dad, Kike, used to be a gangster. And he used to always be down. We used to have them 80s. We used to fucking do what we had to do. And your dad always was part of us. And next thing you know, from there, you guys end up moving. That's when Rachel bought the house right there on Pico by the swimming pool. She got pregnant from Jonas and Mr. Spider-Man. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. He used to put his go, and me and Kike, we used to go everywhere. We used to do everything together. I end up starting La Familia, and I used to always take him with me, and he used to be down. He used to be good, and he never disrespected my sister. Him and my sister used to always fight. We always had all kinds of stories about him. That he was getting robbed from work to the house, or he'll miss for 3 days and say that kidnapped him. That was a bullshitter. But my sister always forgave him because he was good in bed and he was a good person, and I really enjoyed him, you know. And I always backed him up. And so me and Rachel, we always had a connection. She bought a new GMC fucking truck, It was nice. And I told her, hey, let's go to Vegas. Me, Kike, and Rachel to test out the car. After she came out of the dealer, she went home. We fucking drove all the way to Vegas. We got there, we ate. We played like $5 each. Got on the car back and drove back home. And that Silverado, the fucking GMC fucking truck that the blue one. And me and Kike I started La Familia, and I needed someone to go with me, and me and Kike used to always hang out together. And we're dos locotes, you know what I mean? Dos locotes always hanging out together, brother-in-laws, and he was a good father. He used to cook for the kids, ceviche, apache, and carne apache, and he used to always be there for his kids, you know? Because he always used to, to the house of Rachel, he'll always have black eyes, and I was getting his ass beat up by Rachel, and I used to take him to work with me, and I used to fuck with him a lot. Well, Danny, when he was 18 years old, we took him to the Red Lobster, the Laker championship, 2000. This is 2000, right? They won, and me and Kike were delivering, and this old lady tells us like, hey, you know what? You guys gotta get the volume down. I don't give a fuck about the Lakers. Blah, blah, blah. Kike goes, you know what? All the way up. And the customer, she was mad at us and said, you know what? I'm gonna talk to the owner. And Kike goes, I don't give a fuck. Call on, do what you want. She didn't know that I was the owner. And she thought that we're those mocosos, you know what I mean? That they were gonna fire us and all this and all that. So we ended up, me and Kike, we had like $1,000 in our pocket. A little more probably. And we did our delivery and everything of furniture. And we ended up going to Red Lobster. And this is July the 29th. And Danny, we wanted to put him to the test to see who was part of the crew or not. And me and Kike and Danny got there, and we had invited my dad, Mago, and Rachel. Everybody was gonna go. Everybody was gonna go. It was a family thing, and we started drinking. And Kike started like telling the bartender that his dad was a bartender, and if he go out fucking, he knows more shots than him. So they started 1 for 1, and they said, look, if I know a shot that you don't know, all drinks are free. If I don't know a shot that you know, I'll pay you double. At the end of the night, no one won. We ended up paying like $400 just on drinks. We gave them $100 tip so they won't throw us out. And Danny goes up to the tank where they had the lobsters, and he tells the guy, I don't like lobster, I don't like fish, I don't like nothing, but I'll eat a lobster if I can pick the lobster I want. And Danny goes up to the tank and he fucking throws his hand. He grabs the fucking lobster and he gets a cuchillo and he starts stabbing him. And the guy goes, no, you don't stab him. We cook him. Wow. Total de que they end up cooking him. We went back to our seating area. It was a miniature, mini, un chaparrito, un midget that was our server in Red Lobster right there off on Azusa and Hacienda Heights. And they served us. We had a good time. And then almost when we're almost done, Danny woke up. They brought him a cake to sing him happy birthday, and he woke up. And he goes, hey, how many people are here? And the guy goes, about 100 left. He goes, round them up, because I'm going to kill them all. I'm gonna burn this place. I'm gonna go, yeah, crazy. So we like, lo agarramos, lo tranquilizamos, he went to sleep. He was holding on to the chair, to the table. Then he's like, no, I'm not leaving. Next thing you know, se durmió. We have a picture, so you guys could know that it's true. So after they had the picture, we ended up, my truck, it was a 28-footer with Bobcat and it had a lifter in the back. So we threw Danny with the lifter and we threw him in the back of the truck. I don't know how he made it home. I remember we tied him up, he told. I just don't know exactly how we made it. And back then it was different than now. We were drunk. I'm talking about drunk. But we ate. That's the only good thing. We ate. They didn't serve us no more drinks or nothing. And we ate. We threw them in the truck. And we went off. And we made it home. Then Bird, my primo Bird, he went to a desmadre. He had stabbed somebody like 36 times. And he got sick. He was almost practically dying. He had this disease, and they had to operate him, and he went through a lot of shit. So he ended up. Rachel used to live in Loveland. She lost her house and todo, and she ended up moving to Loveland, right there in my gardens. And I had Bird there, and me and Kike, we used to always fight. Like chingazo tras chingazo, you know, and. That day that Bird was there, he technically robbed me about $1,000. And I told Kike, you know what, Kike, there's nobody who's gonna rob me my money. The only one that can rob me is money is you. And I had told Bird, and Bird goes, well, sacó el cuchillo. And he sacó el cuchillo, he said, like, fuck, let's stab him, let's kill him right now. And we told him we were gonna go throw him in the mountains or report his ass and beat him up and todo. Well, he still ended up working for me because I forgave him, and never paid him again until he worked off the money that he owed me. I ended up starting La Familia and then going to DirecTV. And I always forgive my brother-in-law. He's my only brother-in-law that I really grew up with. And I used to fucking take him everywhere with me. Danny had back then he had the Audi car, and then he gave the Audi car to Rachel because Rachel co-signed for him, and then he bought the Cayenne, the Porsche truck. You'll see the pictures of and Kike ended up driving and taking off on the car for a couple of days, and Rachel ended up calling the police. Well, not Rachel. The one we blame is Linda. Linda ended up calling the cops. So they end up pulling over Kike on the Audi, and they end up impounding the car for 30 days. They had just taken away the Toyota, and now they had the Audi, and they end up impounding that one. And before he got arrested, Linda went through all kinds of shit. She wanted to take away Rachel's kids and all that, and she pressed charges on Kike todo. So they ended up taking him to San Pedro, where the federal, where the immigration's at, and he did like about a year. And after the year, he co-signed so they could deport him. And me and Mavi just got together, and we're living in Tijuana. Well, not living. She was. I wasn't. I'll go every other day over there, and it's another story. But the day they deported him, me and Mavi ended up picking him up and taking him right there to Tijuana. We took him to Rosarito, Ensenada. We took him to the restaurants. I introduced him to Mavi, and he was proud that I met the love of my life, you know what I mean? And he was like, no, cuñado, I gave him my clothes, I gave him hasta mis calzones, you know? And he got deported, and I bought him the tickets right there in the airport, the Tijuana, and he went from there to his hometown. I gave him like $500 or $600, and I hugged him and I cried and I told him I love him. I fucking, I don't want to live without him getting old. And we lived and we done everything we could ever imagine. And I really appreciated him, and admired him as my brother-in-law, and he put up with everything with me, and I put up with everything with him, and we had like a special bond. And little did I know that it's the last time I was ever gonna see him. Mavi used to love popcorn right there in the airport, at the Tijuana airport, and she gave him popcorn and gave him some money, $500-$600, gave him all my clothes, and we picked him up. We picked him up from the place he was at. We had to search for him, pero got in the airport, and I told him, call me, anything you need. I'll scuba dive you, I'll fucking get your lawyer, or whatever. He just wanted to spend time with his mom and Enriqueta, and he wanted just to like see what's up, you know? Because he went through a lot of shit. He got into speed, y toda la cosa, and he didn't know what to expect in life. It got over his head. He ended up getting married over there. He had a kid, and the cops, and then he was slanging over there, and the cops ended up picking him up, and they needed a ransom, and they needed $5,000. And Rachel told him no. The mom told us no, he's probably faking it, because he was known to be a liar. And well, we didn't pay the ransom. As it is, we're gonna deport him. I don't deport him because he was out of hand over here, and so we didn't end up paying the ransom and everything. They end up keeping him about a week. They beat him up. They cut like 2-3 fingers on him. They send us the fingers and everything, and we still didn't pay because we wanted proof of life. And when we're ready to pay, we brought it down to $2,000. Then we brought it down to $1,000. At the end, we brought it down to $500. And then we said, you know what, we want proof of life. So they give us the fingers. And for every time they brought it down, they cut a finger. So it was 3 fingers that they cut up. His body was bruised up. I mean, horrific. The cartel got him. And they beat him up. And he hanged the week of getting beat up, and I bet he didn't eat in the whole time. And you could tell that he loved his daughter and his son, and he loved everything about life. He fought on, and he fucking finally ended up dying. And they threw him in the middle of the street. And they called his sister and his mom to come pick up his body, you know? And this is about a week later. And they end up finding him, and they told him, you say something or you make a big fuss, we're gonna come and kill all your family, you know? So his grandma, or his mom, Enriqueta, she didn't make a fuss of it. She was just proud that she could say bye to her son and bury him. By that time, Sal and Brian ended up going to bury him. I didn't go. I didn't have the strength. I didn't want to see him, you know? I regret it. But Kike, his family came out. They did a nice funeral for him and everything, and they buried him. I'll show you his plot and everything. It was nice that Brian was there and he got to say bye to him. He shouldn't have had an open casket, but he did. Over there in Mexico, it's not like right here. They didn't prepare him. His sister, the kike, cleaned him and made sure that they buried him and everything. His eyes were sewn shut. He had lost a couple teeth, 3 fingers, and his body was bruised up to the max. And his mom ended up dying a couple years later. Enriqueta ended up dying, and she couldn't believe her baby. That was her baby. Died, and the way he died. You know what I mean? He had high hopes for him. She really thought he was a good kid. And Sal was a bad one. Kike was a good one. at the end, Kike was a bad one and Sat was a good one. And his mom, to get that, we got in arguments and fights, and we respected each other at the end. And I'm sad that they both died, and we forget what they meant for us in our life. And Kike really won all of us. He really was one of us. The only good thing I have is Andrea and Brian, and I hope that they respect their dad and admire him, and always remember that he was awesome. He was the best. He was my best friend. I've done everything possible with him, and we have promised that we're gonna get old together. We fought. When my grandma died, him and Freddie got in a fight. Fucking Freddie was biting him, throwing him hickeys. We went on dates, double dates. He never disrespected my sister. He never cheated on her with me, okay? And all I can say is good things about him. The last memories that me and him had, besides him getting deported, Rachel used to live in Pico Rivera, and she had a swimming pool. And we used to get locotes, we used to fucking go through it. And we ended up with a bucket, throwing all the water out, and fixing the swimming pool, filling water back on it, and we put a tarp, a heavy tarp, and todo la fence. We fucked up the house, and she lost the house. I know my sister should never forgive me, but she don't even bring it up. And I'm grateful that she met him, and she gave us an opportunity to grow to each other. And wherever my cuñado is, I know he's in heaven. Hopefully I get to see him again, and I get to live with his Andrea and Jonas every single day out of my life, and I get to see him and them. And that's how I'm always gonna remember my cuñado, my kikes. We used to go to Swami and Sal and Big Chess, and he was always a tough man. He was always like, fuck it, cuñado, let's handle it, let's do what we got. I guess that's how I'm always gonna remember him. Cuñado, kikirikik, el pinche cubano. I love you, I miss you, and I wish you were here with us. So I wish you the best. And that's the story I got from Kike the Geeks. Well, that was a jam. I really enjoy coming to the gym, everybody. I do come. I'm fat because I like to drink and I love to eat. And I say, why live life if you can't be yourself? So, everybody, I enjoy it.